probably ain't get no love this week.
Nah, no love. Sylvia was not going for that shit, bro. She wanted to be on some we need to save the world type shit.
I get it. Is my light switching? Let me see.
Not that I can tell. Like you looking pretty well.
I got like 3 different fucking lights. I got 3 lights on right now. Don't ask me why.
It's a jazz thing. I expect you to do the most in these situations. Unfortunately,
it might be a good thing.
It could be. But are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? What's good, people? What's good, people? This is the Was It Good Though podcast, the podcast about movies and TV shows. I am one of your hosts, joined with my sister, Jazz. How you doing?
I am feeling well, Jason. Thank you for asking. This series that we're about to review. Oh my God.
Ooh. I believe it's like we may be stuck in a time loop, or I think that's what an Ouroboros actually means, though. I believe that's what the actual word means. Like to be in a loop.
No, that makes sense. Because we definitely see that. If that's the case, they should have gave us 2 extra episodes. Because if 1 through 4 gonna be a loop, I need 5 through 8 to be in something else.
I think we only getting 6.
I know, Jason. I was just wishing
for you want 8? Episodes. Okay, I mean 8 my favorite number, so I'm with it. I'm definitely with it. So if you guys do not know, we are back with our Marvel review. We literally fresh out. I just jumped out the bed and jumped in front of the computer. What? Saying too much?
You was watching Loki laying down?
Feet up. Yes, I like my feet. I like my feet kick. I like to kick my feet. I don't ever kick my own butt, but if I could, I would. I probably can, but I'm not. Nah.
Do you be watching Loki on your stomach, on your back?
I can't watch TV on my back.
So you was watching Loki on your stomach and your feet was up?
Yeah.
That's wild. I hope y'all can imagine this. Like, if not, I'm gonna drop a screenshot. I'm gonna drop a picture because when Jason was we was working where Home Depot with Santa Claus. Oh yeah, we dropping that. Yo, I'm gonna put a TV in the front too. Oh my God, this Photoshop gonna be crazy.
Well, we are here to talk about episode 4 of Loki. We will be spoiling it, so if you haven't seen it, just stop it here. Or you can continue listening to if you like our voices. I don't know. That may be what you into. We may get off the rails. This isn't the kid podcast, so just letting you know. I personally don't listen with my children, but if you want to listen with your children, that's up to you and how you parent. Man, I guess we gotta jump right into it. That's how the episode jump right into it, man. We still at the end of time.
Yes, I'm glad that they brought us back here. I'm glad that they started us back where we left off in the last episode, because when we did our episode 3, I definitely mentioned that. But we realized what the secret was. Now, first and foremost, Miss Minutes is a snitch. Like, she ain't loyal. Her programming must be off. I do not know. I guess a AI scorn is what? Like, what do you call that? Because she was definitely...
what's that Will Smith movie? That's what you call a scorn AI.
Oh, you talking about
Robot?
Man, like she was. I was just sitting here like, damn. And I'm sure that y'all went through the test of time together. And what you think about the secret?
I'm glad we got it quick, because we just talked about like what is it gonna be, and I thought it was going to be more of a we're gonna go back and revisit her life, and he took her off the timeline. She had a husband and kids and whatnot, and erased her memory. But it was at least part of that. We see what the actual audio is, so they're not leaving anything in this show. Everything that they talk about, they're bringing it back up, and they come in pretty fast with it. Which we keep saying. Well, I keep saying, how do you feel about that? Are they going too fast? But the pacing of this show has been immaculate. I don't know if it, like, at this point, I think I'm already season 2 is better than 1 for me.
I'm not mad at that. And I definitely won't even argue that at all whatsoever. Like, nah. I mean, yeah. Looking at the dialogue, looking at the story, and looking at the character development, even though obviously character development is not something you would get in the first season, but the way they've been incorporating the characters has been really good. Because I will say for myself, and since, open dialogue for these kind of episodes, I felt like kind of sad for Liza and her crew. Like,
Bruh, I'm
I was
I'm
just
I'm I'm back. I'm back. Infinity War, walking at the movies again. I'm like, bro, why? Like, like it ain't. But
it took
the
a turn. Like, I was not expecting that. I thought they was gonna be like, okay, you about to have you a crew with you to do it. You're gonna be the big bad in this episode. That's what I thought Renslayer was, or this series. That's what I thought Renslayer was going to be. I was not expecting Liza, like, I ain't fucking with you. And Renslayer didn't hesitate. I was like, so wait, you about to kill all of them?
all of them. Did you hear the blood?
It was dripping. It was loud as shit. Yes. I was like, all right, can we get somebody to clean up aisle 3?
B-15 was just like, what is this?
I was just here. What happened? Who came in here? Like, so let me ask you this. B-15, because like her character seems more of a like taking on that leadership role, but also more sympathetic than last season. Like, how are you enjoying her character, like the direction that her character is going in?
I'm not mad at the direction of any of these characters. Now, Sylvie is the one that you gotta. It's like it's kind of like she's the moral police. I feel like to a certain extent, but I mean, maybe not. I think that's Loki. Loki may be moral police because there's like I feel like their roles have switched, but I feel like Sylvie is kind of confused in her motives or her actions or what needs to happen next. And they had the conversation between her and him when they was in the room. That man, I shout out to the writers. And
Yeah.
I think the showrunner is in here from the previous season. And I think IGN, they rated this show like a 5 or a 6, and they were just saying like the heart of it is gone and a lot of stuff isn't there. So I that had to be some personal biases because I'm pretty sure they have like that stuff, but I don't know how they felt like that. Like every episode, I've been like at the edge of my seat, and like
Right.
that's what I want. That's what I'm expecting from this. But then, like I said, this conversation they were having, it got deep, and I'm gonna ask you, Jazz, what side are you on as far as when in this conversation? Like, because it got, I mean, that it went from small to
You talking about between Loki and Sylvie?
yeah, like as far as based on the conversation they having, like where would you how would you pick in that situation?
I feel like he is looking at the bigger picture and he's looking at it without any emotions. But I also feel like Sylvie's emotions are involved in it is because the TVA had been tracking her down since she was a child. And so she was out there on those going from different timelines, jumping through here. So she's seen people and she's had that relationship that she was able to develop. And I absolutely loved when Loki brought up when Thor went back to Earth, well, when he went to Earth, and he
Thor
said when
1.
he came back, he was different. And I was just sitting there, I was just like, oh shit. Because Sylvie it seems like she was so scared to regret not killing Victor, but she's starting to realize he isn't like He Who Remains. And she mentioned it. She was just like, he was scared. He Who Remains was not scared. She put a dagger in his chest and he was just like, see you soon, and winked at her. But Victor was saying, please, like, I'm not who did all that stuff to you, or I'm paraphrasing. And so she's seeing two different variants. And I think it's also weird the fact that she is a Loki variant, which she hated being called a Loki last season. So she tried to separate herself from that Loki variant. And so now it's just like, you can't blame one variant for what another one did. So I thought that was interesting. And also, did you catch in this scene what Loki was telling her? It was kind of the same offer He Who Remains offered them at the end of the episode of season 1.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw that scene, I said, motherfuckers. I said, it was so many oh shit moments for me in this episode. Woo.
It was, but like I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, just like you said, as far as with that, and he basically told her the only thing we can hold on right now is hope. We gotta hope this happens, and she was like, "That's a whole lot of hope," and that's a crazy fit. That's like a crazy feeling, like just in our world, like a lot of stuff is just hope. Like, you know, I got the will, I got the skill, and hopefully I can mish this shit together and we can make it work. Shit, it's the podcast shit. We got a lot of hope, a lot of will, skill. We got the people that want to do it. We got the shit to try to push it. But shit, all we got is hope. Hope it catch the right person. Hope it catch the people when they get it. Hopefully it comes across at the right time. And but the main thing is we keep it out there, keep it going. And
I think it's also kind of compares to in situations of walking by faith.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff is not going to always be a guarantee. And you're just gonna have to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put myself out there and see what happens. But you always gonna lose if you don't go out there. So
it's true. You miss every shot you don't shoot.
Right. But also in this scene, I'm sorry to cut you off before I'm not sure if you was about to go to another scene or not, but I definitely want to make sure I mention when Loki was telling Sylvie, he was just like trying to fix something that is broken is hard. It's easy to start over. And I was just like, bars. Like I was just
that was it. I had that, and he was like, you said it's easy to burn it down and try to start over. Fix what's broken. Try to fix what's already broken. Like that's when they get hard. And then she told him, you know, and then she was like, she told him, well, he said, we're trying to be better than he who remained was. He said, I'm trying to play God. And he walked up, he was like, we are gods. And I was just like, nigga, bars, nigga.
Just sitting here like, so you mean to tell me y'all easily could have said yes to his offer at the end of season 1?
But in that situation, when they have to stay there, they can't maneuver, right?
That wasn't mentioned. But when you think about it, as we saw in this episode, Renslayer was out there helping He Who Remains, and she had her door about to bounce, ready to go. So I don't think he had to stay. They had to stay there. That was just where he was. He was trying to make a nice little spot for him and Renslayer, but she was just giving him the nah. We just friends.
You thought so?
She put him in the friend zone twice, 2 different variants.
You think so? I don't think so.
Yeah. Check. Okay, Jason, you mean to tell me you saw that scene and didn't think she rejected him?
When he was looking at the and when he who remains was like
when he was like wipe her memory.
Yeah, I don't think she rejected him. Why you say that? Why you feel like that?
Because of what he was saying. He was just like, for here always, and he just was giving her that eye, and then she was just all professional.
Oh, you think it, man? I mean, maybe.
She was just like, look, this is a job for me, and we're gonna do what we need to do. And he was just more so, Renslayer, you are a marvel. Ain't nobody calling you no marvel that ain't trying to get with you. That ain't no regular ass compliment. How many, Jason? You just be walking around telling women you're a marvel.
I don't talk like that.
Right. Nobody does, but He Who Remains, who just got put in the friend zone.
Let's be real. Jonathan talk like that in real life.
No, that entire scene was Jonathan. That was Jonathan all the way. Look,
so you be in there with Megan, you use a marvel.
And she just be like, I'm not trying to hear that shit today. And he probably miss minutes at.
I know he talk like he talking to Renslayer in real life.
He might. I mean, I don't know if that's something I can get used to. If he would just be like, Jazz, you are a marvel always. I'd just be like, damn, it took you that long to say that? I'll be like, speed it up.
Do you think Jonathan's a method actor? Sorry.
I mean, I don't know. Because I will say it's just like I want to see how he is out when he's not acting, or like if he's doing like a press show or something like that, speaking out. But then again, that could all be an act too.
Gotcha.
So if he's ever in the Tampa area and he's just like, I need a church to go to, holla at Sister Jazz.
Okay. Yeah. All right. But since we on Renslayer, man, what's going on with your girl, man? What's up? You liking this evil Renslayer?
I wasn't expecting this evil turn, but I'm interested.
Yeah, because we kept. I was wondering who's gonna be the big bad. Is it gonna be Miss Minutes? I thought Liza was gonna come back.
Yeah,
Liza
she
ain't
was
coming
locked
back.
up.
Liza ain't coming back. Shit, I was like, they giving us not necessarily hope, but I'm like, okay, because she I liked her character though. I did like her character because she was like, what'd you say? Oh, she said, I can trust B15's integrity. Like I know who she is. Like regardless of all this, I know what she's saying. It's by her word. And her last scene when she was like X5, look at me, you see, and then she told Renslayer, like, you see, be more willing to die than to go with, like, to ride with you. Like, you're not right. You foul.
But I'm just like, so she wants the TVA. I mean, I don't know. But now she don't got Miss Minutes no more. Yeah, like, but were you expecting her to die in this? Well, no, she's not dead. Renslayer. No, Renslayer. Well, she's not dead. She just went to the end of time because she got pruned. So, but Liza and they did. Like they bled on the floor, so we know we're not going to see them again. They're out here.
Man, how you know? We seen Loki again.
Did Loki die like them?
He got pruned. Now
I think we'll see Renslayer again. I don't think we're gonna see Liza in them again. Their blood is all over the floor.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was just saying but then did you catch that as it was happening?
What?
When Loki was running around the thing, did you catch that before it actually?
I did. So when
I said, nigga, what? I said, what the? So that skipped the episode. I said, go back.
So you talk about when he was running around the TVA when everybody was in panic mode.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at it, I said, wait a minute. He's still in that same shirt, like he ain't took no shower. And I was like, I'm gonna drop a Loki dirty joke. And I said, wait, him and Mobius had jackets on.
Yep.
And I said, oh shit, we're back in episode, was it either 1 or 2? One. And I was just sitting here like, okay, so we're gonna see 2 Lokis. And then I remember somebody either tweeted or hit me up on TikTok, was just like, because I asked like who actually pruned Loki, and it was like it was himself. And I was like, that would be dope. I would think maybe his future self or Renslayer. But it's cool that it was his future self. But also, you look at this scene, it lets you know you don't have any kind of free will at all whatsoever. Everything is already mapped out.
That's crazy. I ain't even put that. I ain't put that together. But now, him having to get pruned, Loki knew he had to get pruned. Otherwise, it would have messed it up. Which is why I say it's a loop.
Yeah,
it's like everything just repeating itself.
None of this is the first time for anything. Like I'm just sitting here like, which I thought was funny because when Loki was like, I have a lot to explain. There's no way he can explain that entire situation to Sylvie and she think, no, but we still have free will. No, sis, everything is already planned out and mapped out, which also makes you think if that's the case, he who remains is dead at this point.
Bruh.
So who's making, right? So who... That motherfucker he kind of pulled a Reed for Wanda.
Bruh, yes.
Reeds.
Nigga.
Multiverse of Madness.
That'll be you could put a pin in that, because now, he's supposed to be a distant relative of him. So why somebody gonna be like, he died just like his relative?
Somebody we got it first, y'all. But now, like, that's kind of wild though, because it makes you think who's actually writing all of this. So,
no. Whoever writing this show, you need a pay raise because you motherfuckers is doing it.
Doing a great job. And don't tell me it was AI because
Not the AI. Nah, hopefully not. Hopefully not.
How did
But
you feel? Oh, what was you? I was gonna say when you saw OB and Victor.
that's what I was
Oh.
asking. I love that OB can um remember himself, I guess is what it is. He can remember his first thought process. So he was like, oh shit, you the one that wrote this. He was like, no, you the one. I thought you wrote it. So that's what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, I root for everybody black, so I'm gonna say Victor did that. But we see how Victor got the book.
Mm-hmm.
So one can say OB, but then OB who wrote it said he got his ideas from Victor.
He said he got his ideas from somebody that was so talented they could have been the next Einstein if they had enough technology.
Right.
Which I feel like that's a nice nod to one, him being black, but then two, him actually coming from the 1860s. Which I think that was one part we missed in the previous episode. They tried to, like, the smallest things. They said that that was the original He Who Remains as a kid. And when he lived his life out, that was him at the end of Loki, right?
Okay.
So when she gave him that book, she made a new timeline. So now we're following a variant. We were following a variant of the original He Who Remains.
Okay. And when you say which variant were we following, Victor?
Yes. He's the He Who Remains variant. But I'm just saying, like, the
So
original, like the original He Who Remains was the little kid that got the book.
so is there one that the little kid that didn't get the book?
That's the one that
That's
died.
the original?
That's the one that
Okay.
died at the end of season 1. So he didn't get the book, but he learned enough as time was going on to get to that to get to that spot.
Right.
So eventually He Who Remains would have done it just by himself, but they pushed it, which they branched a new timeline. So he had a new life at that point.
So I'm curious why, if you saw where it got you anyway. So I guess, oh,
Because
go ahead.
I mean, so it's just, truthfully, it's just a loop. It's just going to keep all this shit just going to keep on happening, and that was basically He Who Remains, his plan. Like that was his plan. It's like it almost like he wanted to advance himself.
Right.
He wanted to make himself smarter, better than whatever he did to fix whatever the problem is. So I don't feel like this is the first time he's had to deal with it.
Okay. I'm with that. So if that's the case, and normally when another timeline is made, you still have that original timeline happening in parallel.
And technically they would have to prune it. But since he fucked, because he know that Sylvie and Loki was gonna kill him, there is nobody that can prune him. So he can just run rampant and there's nobody to fix that.
So that would remove my idea of it being multiple, like him dropping off books to multiple kids of himself. He just went back to the original timeline.
To his original, because he was already smart.
Right.
I mean, he was already smart. And I was reading that was saying what he was doing. He was making candles. But they said back in the day, they used to use candles as alarm clocks, which that probably wouldn't have woke me up. But they used to put a nail in it, so then when the candle burned all the way, it'll drop, and then you're supposed to hear the sound. It wouldn't work for me, but perfect.
You know what Candy got its idea and inspiration from candles? Candy corn. That wax ass candy.
Wax, nasty, trash, yeah. Some bullshit.
Yeah. Throw it away.
We're gonna pray for everybody to eat candy corn. Prayers for all candy corn eaters, because why y'all eating candy corn in 2023?
Right. About to be 2024. unleash yourself from them shackles, like unleash your teeth from them shackles, like God. But how did you feel about Sylvie snapping on Mobius? Because he done got snapped on twice, back to back.
Like they like them like they got a beef with Mobius. Like what's going on?
But I understand why she snapped on him. Brad,
I mean, but like I still gotta eat. Nigga, you over here in McDonald's working in the world going to hell. Like I gotta eat still.
But she was working when she thought things was cool. But now she understands all hell's about to break loose and that timeline gonna die. She's like, we gotta find solutions. And while they're looking for a solution, there are still timelines getting destroyed. Timelines that have people. So I understand why she snapped on him. She just like, you're not understanding the urgency, the importance of this mission. You trying to get some motherfucking pie. Mobius is like, but I'm hungry though. But then, like, when she said, you haven't even been down there, have you? It's the second person also called him a bitch while he's scared to go see himself, like, go see the timeline. I'm waiting for him to snap, like, really snap.
He gonna tell him, I'm telling him what's gonna happen. Him and Loki gonna get some jet skis. And him and Loki gonna get some jet skis, and they gonna be in that bitch skiing like a motherfucker. Like they've been doing it all their life.
I'm not gonna lie, the way this episode ended, that sounded ridiculous to me last week, but now I'm like, you know what? I don't know where it's going. So we really might get an opening of episode 5, and them motherfuckers are on the beach with not much memory of what happened.
Oh shit!
Because I'm just like, you see everything that conspired in the ending scene, but honestly. And when I was watching it, I was just like, we need to find a solution. Oh shit, Victor's dead. And I told you that motherfucker will be a sacrificial lamb.
We did. You said it.
Turn the noodles. But I'm curious, like, okay, now you can't even go out there and fix your problem. It's expanding. So I'm just like, what's about to happen now? Because I feel like we might be left. I think we're going to be left on a cliffhanger because I think we have 2 episodes left. And I'm not sure where Loki would pick up because I'm just curious. Like, do you think we'll get a hint of anything in the Marvels movie? And that might be me reaching.
I mean, look here. I'm tired of these shows and how they doing this, and they're not connecting. Hopefully, they connect at some point. They don't necessarily have to, which we know. I mean, technically, it is because we still dealing with time. It's a multiverse story. We're dealing with He Who Remains variant, and the reason him being unleashed is why, well, not all the reason why, but it's a reason why everything has been having this effect, with this domino effect all over, man. So, like you said, I don't know. I don't know where they can go. I almost feel like they're gonna get erased or they're gonna die and it's just gonna start back over from the original Loki when they got pruned again. So they got to do it, or they're gonna have to do it over, but be quicker, possibly.
That's
or maybe
what I was thinking.
Or come to an ultimate so somebody else gotta do the sacrifice instead of him.
I mean, but even still, let's just say it was OB that went out there instead of Victor. You still can't get nobody to go out there because of radiation. So I don't know why Victor went out there anyway. He just doesn't seem suitable. Sorry, no.
He had a nice suit. You don't think the suit was prepared enough for him?
I would have used somebody else as a test dummy to see if the radiation.
Like
who? Sylvie, sis, you seem fast enough. You've been on a lot of fights and journeys and things like that. So let's try you out.
I might instantly went to Shorty from the Eternals.
Oh, the speedster. I was talking about the people that was in this room.
Yeah, I know. That's just my mind. I was like, oh shit, they need to go get the girl from Eternals.
But she's with a celestial.
She didn't get pulled. She's still in there. She just in the
I thought
ship.
she was in the spaceship.
She's just in the ship. Her and Angelina Jolie, they were still in the ship, and that's when Harry Styles pulled up on them. She wasn't one of the 3 that got pulled by the Celestials to have that conversation.
Well, she's in space. Like, We
She's
can't
off
call
world.
her.
She's off world right now.
Right.
Not that we know who she is. Technically, we don't know her.
She don't know us. It's been so damn long. It makes you think like they should have waited to drop that movie. To be honest, like,
Which one?
Eternals. Yeah.
What? Waited for what?
Waited for later on to where they can connect to another movie, or to where, because like you dropping a movie and then
COVID.
we don't know.
I feel like COVID messed up a lot. COVID.
Yeah.
Writer strike, actor strike, like so many different things has happened in entertainment. So we really
So
are
that mean
getting
I gotta go
spoiled right now.
rewatch some of that shit.
You gotta rewatch nothing.
I don't even remember Eternals.
All you gotta do is get your book. You ain't got.
You was waiting.
You ain't gotta go do nothing but get your book.
He was waiting to drop that,
and you can read it. I'm sorry. I know it's kind of.
Can't see it.
It's kind of messed. It's kind of.
Stop trying. Stop trying.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that book in a couple of weeks. We're not touching it tonight. I just wanted to show y'all it's out. You don't have to go back and read nothing. You gotta go back and look at no more movies. You can read it. They got it in timeline order.
So wait, JC, you telling people to go read and not watch a movie? Come on now.
I'm just saying they can if you want to. Some people like that. Some people like it's a comic.
Half folks out there don't even know how to read.
This is true.
Not nobody listen to us though. Everybody listen to us know how to read. What? But
what was that? I think
I thought it was funny when Renslayer was killing the prisoners. Mm-hmm. Did you see Miss Minutes? Like the camera zoomed on her face.
Bruh.
She was having a really good time.
The whole time.
She is a psychopath. Like she is the worst kind of AI to have.
Bruh. Oh, you don't watch it. I seen somebody. I was watching this show and this guy got killed and the guy was in the room with him. He was watching it. He was just like, yeah. And I was like, that's exactly who she was looking like.
Definitely feel like somebody from the Hostel movie.
Death was almost like Hostel. Almost.
Yeah.
You know Tommy. You know who Tommy is, though.
Who?
You know who Tommy is. From Power.
Yes.
His weirdo ass. But yeah.
So like a random shot. But no judgment. But how did you feel like we have Victor getting him some hot cocoa? Because he was so fascinated with hot cocoa. And I thought I was very suspicious of him in this scene because I was just like, why are you behaving this way? I was like, what's going on? And then I was suspicious of the guard that was walking with him. I didn't trust nobody. I was just like, y'all got me suspicious of everybody. But then I was just like, okay, Miss Minutes is back. And I was like, why is everybody's temp pad messed up? So I was just like, somebody about to die. I don't know who. I don't trust nobody.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. But I like that, like the tension in the episode, like it's something you miss because like you watch it, you just like, this is what's gonna happen. You can either gonna guess what's gonna happen, or you can almost guess, or you just kind of just like wait. The entire like after Renslayer put them in that thing for real, like she didn't really get him a chance. It was just like that nigga was like was he already tiptoeing over there?
So
like,
I think it was just where he was positioned in the room. Actually, no. I think he walked around and they didn't even answer. She was like, y'all with me or no? And they was just like, 2 seconds later, all right, fuck it. Go ahead and kill him. Now, I like villains like that, the ones that don't wait around. But Renslayer was like, she was very, very aggressive with it.
Man, she got that nigga up out of here. ASAP. ASAP, my boy. Yeah. But I was tripping when Liza was like, you told, like, he was like, I don't want to die in here. And I guess that may have been not a callback, but that was maybe foreshadowing that they were gonna die. And he was like we had she was like, yeah, you say that now, but you weren't saying that when you was when you was out there trying to be an actor and before you sold us out. He was like, oh, I didn't know you knew. My bad.
What? He was, which Jason, when I saw that scene, I said, damn. Yo,
Bruh.
this so the different feelings that I got from watching this episode was upliftment. Is that a word?
Uplifting.
Yep. It was very
Upliftment.
uplifting. Yeah, I
I
made
did.
that shit all the way
I
up.
make up all my words often. It's fine.
It was like supportive, motivated, shade. Cause I was just like, damn, Brad. And she consulted you in the first episode, but now you over here like, yo, this they playing. But I mean, we knew he snitched anyway. Granted, he was about to die in the box as well. So
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's more foreshadowing. How they because I don't remember the box outside of when they did it with him. I'm like, what the fuck doing this machine?
I don't think we even saw it last
I feel like Loki got put in it though.
Loki was put in that room to where he kept getting kicked in the balls.
That was at the end. But I think in the beginning, I feel like he did, but I could be tripping. I mean, we know what they do now, so I ain't never. Y'all did a great job showing me, so I ain't got to worry about it. So if you pull that machine, I'm like, yeah, now hold on, whoa, what you doing that for?
They didn't even show us Jason. They just let us hear.
I like that though. The dark side of Marvel is actually pretty good. Like, I mean, they've gone dark with these more recent, but of course, you know, Doctor Strange 2, Moon Knight. Of course, what if they really tapped into some dark, like the dark stories? We were just like, bruh. Like somehow was like, that's it. Like that's how they doing it. Like, but they
It's a
say
shocker.
yeah,
It's a shocker when you see Marvel do it. Like for DC, it's expected.
Yeah.
But like Marvel, it's just like, wait, oh y'all on the fence today. Like y'all killing a lot of people today.
I like it. And what was it was one other thing I was gonna not ask you. Oh, you mentioned Shady. I like how when Timely came through, he was kind of scared, kind of nervous when he was in the TVA. He was saying, everybody, all these different people want me, everybody pulling me out these different ways. Why should I trust you? Like, man, I know you have no reason to. And he was like, he kind of talked about why he shouldn't. He was like, I come from Chicago. And he was saying, where we from, everything is shady when it comes to it, which I know they call it the Windy City. And it has nothing to do with the wind or how fast the air goes between the buildings downtown, but it was based on the politicians and how shady they were with the deals that they were doing back in the 1800s and 1900s. So I like that little history tidbit they threw in there. That was actually dope.
Yeah, I thought that scene was funny because like he looking around, but I felt so sad for him at the end,
Bruh. I was hurt, nigga. I was looking like, but then it was fucked up because then Silver was like, then the camera work is amazing.
Did it not remind you of the end of Endgame when you saw like the reaction at Tony Stark's funeral? Because they kind of had everybody
on the cool. I see.
Yeah.
I get where you coming from with the zoom from him. Then it going back to, was it Loki first, right?
I don't remember who was first, but it's kind of like everybody was stuck in their position.
Yeah, it was just like,
and the camera was just like, let me go ahead and get y'all shots. Black man just died. Let me get your reactions. Y'all screwed. Like,
all you can hear is like, you hear B-15, but you see the camera moving around the room the entire time, and then it goes into Loki. So what do you think happened?
I think he's dead.
Not him. I mean, what you think happened at the end of this episode? I think all of them died. I think they all died.
So that thought crossed my mind, but I was just like, that's why I said, like, okay, let's just say, I mean, okay, hypothetically, that timeline could be destroyed. Right? And so I'm curious, are we going to go back to the timeline that Loki kept jumping to in episode 1?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking it's going back to that.
That would be fire.
what if it jumps back? What if it jumps back to them killing, well, to the He Who Remains in the first season again? Because see, them even showing us him as He Who Remains, it made me like, bruh, what if they jump again? Like it goes back to that Loki, but then it goes to, because it could be just an endless loop of just whatever, like you said, Jason. It just may not be free will. At least where they at, it's not free will.
I don't think any of these motherfuckers got free will. I think everything is already set in stone. You have people putting pieces down, but you don't realize they're actually important pieces until you see the whole thing play out. Like I completely forgot Sylvie was in the elevator, and then
I
when she
did.
just
I did. That's why I was like, oh shit, this that, because you know what actually did it? It was the phone ringing,
right,
and I
and
thought
then
that was gonna be something way bigger
and it was
than it was.
OB. He just
Where
like
you
about
at?
time you picked up. So, and I'm curious how he knew Loki was going to be by that phone, but I don't know if they're going to revisit that. And also, I'm curious if they're going to revisit, excuse me, when Obi knew what time slipping was, because he's never seen it. And I remember I brought it up in an earlier episode, so I'm just like, there's questions there. So honestly, if this timeline is destroyed, and if we go back to another one, it's got to be one where Loki did something to that timeline. Because I mean, He Who Remains, he has statues and everything on the timeline that Loki was on, and we don't even know where that's at. So, whew. But I think them niggas dead for real.
I think they did. I think they died. I think they did, and because we're seeing the other Loki, my initial thought is now we're gonna follow back with that, almost like Groundhog Day.
But something's got to change. And would that one change be Renslayer? Because she's the only one that kind of knew everything, but now she's no longer, she's pruned.
I mean, but at the same time, how would it change? Because
That's the thing.
nobody,
Somebody,
nobody, nobody, nobody is there that was there already, except Miss Minutes. But then that bitch got rebooted, so she ain't gonna know nothing either. The
right?
bitch, she a clock. She just a
She
clock right now.
she went back to like nothing.
She deserved it.
She did.
What if OB turns out to be the big
What?
bad? What if he's the big bad? What if he's a variation of a Kane? Kane can be look like anybody. He doesn't have to look like Jonathan.
Right. I mean, that would make the entire scene of I got your book, but you made it. It's just like two different. It's Kang, but two different variants creating the book that they end up using anyway for him to create the TVA. I would need a really good story for me to be like on board with that, but that's a good idea. That's kind of dope and creative, but I'm just like, how would that be executed? Like, I need more.
It would be, man. It's gonna be interesting how they do these next two episodes. Do you think we're gonna get any more Loki variants this season outside of Loki, of course?
Um, no, I don't think you're gonna get any random ones like we got last season. I don't even know what we could get in these next two episodes.
That's good. I like that. I like that. I mean,
I mean,
the last thing I think we tried to guess at was Snowfall. It was terribly wrong. Well, at least I was terribly wrong.
nobody thought Franklin was going to turn into his daddy. That's good, right? No, and ain't nobody know Sissy was gonna say fuck this guy. He's out of here. People still mad about that. I saw it on my timeline. It was like I'm still mad about Sissy doing it.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I got it's a few people I got to put on some list of people that we see. It's just like, nah, fuck them. Sissy is definitely on that list for sure. The guy at the end of Quinn and Slim, he's definitely on that list. The guy from Tales from the Hood, he's definitely on that list. The bald head guy. who was in Players Club.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He definitely on that list. It's a few. It's a few. It's a few guys. You just see him like, man, he always play a shithead in the show or a movie or whatever it is. The nigga you said from Soul Food, Miles, that nigga's on that list at all times.
Yeah.
That nigga don't know how to pick a good role.
I mean, he did Queen Mother Angela wrong, and he did Vanessa Williams wrong.
He was
Her
loving him.
cousin?
He was loving the hell out that white woman on what's that damn
11
doctor
years.
show?
Doctor show.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy. He was on there. Yeah,
I never seen that.
good. That's his trauma from that's the people that watch that they trauma bond. Like that's a that's a trauma bond. Like watching that show because like why are you like putting yourself through this type of pain week after week, year after year for 20 years? You know what's gonna happen. They're gonna make you fall in love with this doctor. That doctor gonna die. It don't change. It doesn't change.
Let it out, Jason. Let it out. See? And y'all judge me for watching horror movies. There don't be no trauma in that. I don't be sad when I watch that shit.
Well, currently I am watching Steven Universe. It's such a cute show, but it's fun. I'm back on my, I'm back. So if you need something to watch,
I ain't watching that shit. I'm good. I gotta catch up on Harley and Big Mouth. So
yeah, it's nothing like that. It's definitely Kitty. The joke, well, technically, because his mama's toy is a rose, but it's like it's a if you look at it, you be like, wait, that nigga it's a rose that squirts, and like that's how he's saving the world. Yes, but it's
hey man, the power of the rose.
They say saving lives out here, huh, Jess?
You gotta ask them, man. I don't know. But did you have anything else you want to discuss?
Within Loki, man, no. But we coming to an end with our Marvel. Man. Here's for the year anyway. But yeah,
we still got a Marvel movie, so we're gonna deep dive that one.
Yeah, we're gonna deep dive. We're gonna open that book up as well during the episode. So
yeah, that's gonna be all violence. But I definitely want to make sure I mention the last thing that Miss Minute said to Victor. And I think this is going to be a very important line. Now, if your AI feels the need to snap on you like this, that AI never loved you. But Miss Minutes looked Victor in his face and she said, "You'll never be him." And went back to the factory reset.
Back to
that future. Bitch went back to the Nextel level. She went from iPhone to Nextel like that. But I feel like that line was important.
You think so?
Yes.
Because that was hard. You would never be him. They got a sister in the writer's room. They gotta have a sister in the writer's room. Because like who said you not him? Like I would have punched that clock. Punch the clock.
Even like you just would have been punching the air, like because she's like digital. So, but I'm curious. No, the reason why that line stood out to me is because it was kind of hyped up. And if that line was not important, Miss Minutes didn't have to say anything as she was being rebooted. But she was just like, Victor, I have one thing to say. And as she was just going through her fucked up program, and she was like, "You'll never be him." Which has me thinking, is there another him who is writing all of this? So I was like, damn. And he was like, oh dear. But no, when he walked in, okay, I got another scene. When he walked in the room and saw Miss Minutes and Renslayer, he looked like a nigga that just got caught cheating. He was like, hello, ladies. He was like Walter from Breaking Bad, like, you got me, hands up. Like
I was tripping because he was like, so she said, you gonna tell us what that machine is. He said, so what if I tell you something you don't like? I'm gonna kill you. I got some stuff y'all gonna like then. Let me
Is it bad that I kind of want to see Jonathan Majors in like a civil rights movie?
I
I know
bet you
he would
do.
kill it.
I bet you
No,
do. I bet he will too.
he just waiting for that role.
I told you what
Good.
he. I told you what he actually
Frederick
waiting.
Douglass.
He's actually waiting for Frederick Douglass to come a lot to make that happen. I don't. Hopefully his stuff keeps going because magazine Dream movie was supposed to be his Oscar nomination, but I feel like they buried. Like I was talking to Barry, and Barry said he think they buried it. Like they don't think it's coming out
Is it due to stuff that he had going on?
due to that situation.
I mean, so hear me
People
out.
start trying to distance. People start trying to distance themselves.
But then you see the stuff that's coming out now. And I
Mm-hmm.
know that they said that he goes to trial, I think in November, but they charging sis for assault. And then when you think about around that time when that whole allegations dropped, 3 months later you had the writer strike, and we're currently in a actor strike. So everything is getting pushed back. So I wouldn't say it might not be dead. If everything turns out to be in his favor, don't you think they might try to hit him with a "Hey stranger" text? Like, sorry, we didn't mean to cut you off, because like even his a lot of the agencies that was working with him like distance himself. Actually, I think Marvel was the only ones that waited for the details, which they might know something nobody else know. But I'm curious. I mean, I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, it was funny seeing his face, and he's saying Renslayer and Miss Minutes over there like, I told you I loved you. It's like, you a robot, sis. Like, you AI.
I was tripping when she was stuttering. He was like, "You ain't got to do all that now."
And the fact that she was doing that while she was being rebooted, I was like, she can't help it.
That's just go that just goes more into him not understanding to the technology and stuff like
Ah, that
that.
makes sense.
When she was getting rebooted, you ain't got to do that. um, but did you have anything else for the actual episode or for the show that you wanted to speak or talk on?
No, I'm curious to see what we'll get in episode 5. Right now, all I have is I think that timeline is destroyed, and we're just gonna get fresh characters. Same characters, of course, but like fresh memories.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
do you think he was wrong for getting rid of all of their memories? Because I don't think we got to discuss that when he was just like told Miss Menace, he was like, yeah, go ahead and get that Men in Black device and just flew their memories out.
I mean, I don't know. Um, I mean, I guess when he's wiping their memories, it's more so to preserve what his work, to ensure nobody goes against whatever it is that he had going. Because if Renslayer was really the leader of his army, like she might be more powerful than him. He's just the brains of the operation. You know what I mean?
Is that why he wiped her memory?
I don't know. Possibly.
Because
I feel like
they
because if
didn't really go into why, right?
nah, they didn't.
Because
They
I thought it
didn't.
was just because she friend zoned him.
You funny. But I did look up when we finished the last one, they were saying who Victor. So Victor Timely is a character, actual comic book character. But also Renslayer, they say that they have this I love you eternally, but I can't be with you because somebody
Right.
always gets killed type situation.
Mm-hmm.
To a point of where he like part of the time, well, one version of him was going through time because she died and he was trying to bring her back. Just like Doctor Strange trying to bring Christine back in that she lost her heart, whatever it is, same exact situation. But ultimately, it was he couldn't. That was just an ultimate point. Like one of them have to die in order for the other one to continue in that story. So,
But it's kind of weird if she don't have the same feelings for him, because it definitely don't seem like she feeling him like that.
I mean, she was. until he threw her ass off a boat.
She
Well,
was
not
never
the
feeling
old one,
him.
not the old one, but the new one, the newer version. You don't think she was feeling him when she was on the boat? She was trying to touch his hand.
He tried to touch her hand, and she was like, just partners, just buddies," is what she did. And he was like, "All right, I can't do nothing with no buddy." That's the energy that I got from it. So I guess we're gonna have to see, because it seems like there's two different variants where he was trying to make a pass at her, and she was just like, "Nah, I'm all focused on my career. Fuck that love shit." But
Oh man. But man, yeah, I think that's all that I had for the actual episode, man. Very good, very entertaining, definitely mouth dropping. I was going through the IMDb. The numbers ain't as good as the previous, like as far as for people voting on it, which is weird, but whatever. People always have this. I be thinking they be loyalists to people as opposed to what they're actually saying. Because but then again, I may be biased. I don't know.
yeah, I think, like, I always appreciate when we do reviews when stuff is fresh out, because it's just like before we hear anybody's opinions or
Mm-hmm.
their theories and things like that. It's just like, how did it make us feel after we watched it? I was shocked at a lot of scenes, and just looking at it, I was like, oh shit. And I feel like it was a lot of Easter eggs in this. Maybe some stuff that we discussed and maybe some stuff that we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely curious to see what we get next week. But I enjoyed it.
I did too. I did too, man. But this was the Was It Good Though podcast, episode 4, season 2 of Loki. We are still on our hunt to get 500 subscribers. So please subscribe, share it, like, comment, chat with us. We're very friendly every Tuesday, around 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern. I think that's 2 o'clock Pacific for the people on the West Coast. Yeah, just come in, chat with us. Um, let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you think about how Loki is going this season. What is season 1 the superior Loki season, or is season 2? I don't know. I think season 2, they're doing a big one with that one, in my opinion.
I'm curious if we'll get a episode 6 similar to what we got last season, to where it's not much action but more dialogue. I don't think they'll go that route, but I'll be curious to see.
Well, man, until we bid you guys adieu, deuces.
Cheers. That motherfucker died as soon as he went outside. Yep. And they panning, and everybody's just stuck in that one spot.